Border Czar Tom Homan will be in Rochester tomorrow to meet with members of the Rochester Police Department. His visit sparked by this traffic stop last month, where RPD officers broke city policy by helping Border Patrol agents handcuff the men inside that van. As News 10 NBC investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey shows us, Homan actually talked about his visit here during a briefing at the White House earlier today.
Tom Homan is expected here in Rochester tomorrow morning. He is meeting with police officers here at the Locust Club. You can see preparations are already underway, security fences. This is a private event on private property, and it's invitation only.
From the White House briefing room, Border Czar Tom Homan said he's coming to Rochester to meet with the officers who responded when federal agents called for backup on March 24th along Whitney Street.
They responded. Then they got disciplined. I don't think anybody can come up with one instance where an ICE agent or Border Patrol agent didn't respond to an emergency call from assistance from any law enforcement agency. Cops need to help cops.
The RPD officers had to go through retraining. The city says not because they responded for backup, but because they were the ones who actually put the men in the van in handcuffs, as opposed to the feds, and that violates the city's sanctuary city policy. A policy the Trump administration has now sued the city of Rochester over.
So I'm going up there to support the men and women law enforcement, the men and women who carry that badge and gun every day. They're working the streets at 2 a.m. while we're all sleeping. I'm going to give my support, and they just announced a lawsuit, and that's one of many. Sanctuary City is going to be sued on this administration for flouting immigration law.
Rochester Mayor Malik Evans and Police Chief Dave Smith will not be meeting with Homan while he's here. Neither will Congressman Joe Morelli.
He should stay here with me in Washington and do his damn job.
Congressman Morelli calls Tuesday's visit political theater.
Well, it's clearly a show. I mean, if he had any interest in seeing how we could all as a community work together, he would come visit me or respond to my letters. I mean, I've written to the Homeland Security Secretary to say, what is exactly going on? What is it you're trying to accomplish in my community? Maybe I could help you. Maybe we could find really bad people who are here under false premises who don't deserve to be here.
But so far, he says, his calls and letters have gone unreturned. And as far as the administration's lawsuit against the city of Rochester.
But look, I don't even know why the Trump administration even cares about suing anybody. They do whatever they want without regard to following the law. I mean, judge after judge after judge has said what you're doing is illegal to the administration, that you need to have a hearing. And by the way, if all the people they suggest who are so dangerous should be deported, it should be easy to go into court and to prove why that's the case. But they refuse to do it.
Again, this is a private event. The public is not invited, and security is expected to be very tight. We do know there are several events scheduled tomorrow with groups that are protesting Homan's visit and also showing their support for the sanctuary city policies in the city of Rochester. We'll be covering that as well. In Rochester, Jennifer Lukey, News 10 NBC.
Our team of investigative reporters will be covering Homan's visit tomorrow, and we'll have live coverage online and on air throughout the day. Let's go in depth now on what it means for Rochester to be a sanctuary city. The city's policy forbids Rochester police from helping ICE arrest a person suspected of violating civil immigration law. Rochester police are also not allowed to ask a person's immigration status. Basically, RPD officers can't do anything that's solely for the purpose of enforcing immigration law. The only exception is when they're investigating criminal activity. RPD officers can respond to help the feds in situations involving, quote, an imminent threat to life or safety.